What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the 912 Perspective, where I am your host, Taylor. And so today, y'all, we're just going to jump right into it. This is going to be one of those chill moments where I literally just share what God has been showing me. And I might be throwing these out, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not sure yet, but this is going to be something new that I'm doing with y'all. So today, I'm just going to be talking to y'all a little bit about, like I said, what God has been showing me. And so yesterday morning, I read Luke chapter 1. And while it is a chapter that is full of miracles and, angels and promises, all of it. But one thing that kept sticking out to me was that verse, nothing is impossible with God. Like, we say that all the time, right? But it's on the mugs, it's on t-shirts, Instagram posts. But when I was reading it, it really hit different, especially because of the season that I'm in my life right now. So just a little bit of background. You got Zechariah and Elizabeth. They're older couple who's been trying for a child for years. And, they're not just anybody. Like, the Bible says that they were righteous. They were even blameless. But they still didn't have what they prayed for. And I was like, dang, sometimes we think delay means we messed up or maybe God forgot about us. But I realized that sometimes it just means he's setting something bigger up for us. So back to the story. Zechariah, he's at work. He's literally doing his job in the temple, right? And then boom, Angel Gabriel shows up and like imagine you're just clocking in to your 9 to 5 and the angel pulls up. He's like, hey, your prayers have been heard. That's literally how it was for Zechariah, right? And so here's where it gets crazy. Gabriel tells him, you and Elizabeth are going to have a son. Not just any son, though. You're going to have to name him John. He becomes John the Baptist. But, Zechariah is like, hold up. How? What are you talking about? And so because Zechariah doubted, Gabriel was like, oh, okay, cool. Now you won't be able to speak until the promise comes to pass. And what I tell y'all, like, that part messed me up so bad because it's like sometimes God will literally silence us, not because he's mad, but because he's protecting what he's doing. And that part hit me. I was like, whoa, like, he really be silencing us. But if we're honest, sometimes our mouth is just be doing too much. Like, we start speaking doubt, fear, overthinking, telling the wrong people. And God literally just be like, shh, like, don't mess this up. Let me handle it. Let me do what I'm doing. So that silence that Zechariah went through, to me, that wasn't punishment. That wasn't, anything. It was mercy. That was God saying, I love you too much to let you talk yourself out of this blessing. And it's literally like we do that all the time. We really be talking ourselves out or talking ourselves down from the blessings that God is trying to give us. I'm just like, wow. So fast forward, anyways, we got Mary, right? So Gabriel visits her next and tells her that she's going to end up carrying Jesus, right? And what was her response? It says in the Bible, let it be unto me. Like, that's another level of surrender. Let it be unto me. That's trust. She didn't even doubt. She just said, let it be unto me. Give me the child. I got you. I'm going to do it right. So then, I had to sit down and it was like, let me sit with this. I'm like, okay, God, am I more like Mary or just saying yes? Or am I more like Zechariah, asking 1,000,001 questions and needing signs? So for me, the wild part is like, God still did it for both of them. Mary said yes. Zechariah doubted. But God still brought the promise to pass. He just made one talk and the other one be quiet. So that tells me God's will is going to happen regardless. But sometimes the silence we experience is for our own good. It's not that he's ignoring us. It's not that he's, guarding. It's that he's guarding the promise, his promise that's to pass. So, yeah. So that's what Luke 1 showed me yesterday. God moves. God, I don't even know, y'all. It really just hit me like God moves in what seems to be impossible ways. but he uses people who don't fit the mold. And even when we doubt, he still finds a way to bring the promise to life. So if you're in a quiet season right now, maybe it's not punishment, maybe it's protection. Maybe God is like, I'm working, just don't speak against it, you know? But that's all I got for y'all today. I'll be back in a couple of days, probably. I'm still trying to figure it out, still trying to schedule it out. But until then, just keep trusting and keep waiting on God. And that remember, nothing is impossible with God. All right, y'all. Peace out.